Hi everyone, how's it going? This is my fourth attempt at doing this fucking broadcast because either I keep doxing myself accidentally or the broadcast cuts out before I can save the live, right? So, welcome once again. I've been having pains in my hips on and off all morning, so I'm guessing that's the torture. It's not actually my period, it's the torture. So, I came online just to talk about what was going on now. I think what's going on here with the electronic torture, like I've been saying several times, because I don't know who's doing it, remember, because it's, this torture is something that can happen en masse, so I don't actually know who's doing it. But what it is that whoever's doing it, they want to cause me just enough pain to kick off. Not scream at the top of my lungs and bring an ambulance here, but to kick off, right? So they want to put me through just enough pain to just kick off and start getting angry and start, attacking my neighbors for shit. That's what the electronic torturers want. Now, when it comes to the neighbors themselves, since I moved in here, what I noticed, as I've said like several times before in previous videos, whenever I came into my bedroom, I noticed that the pain or the torture was worse coming from my bedroom than it was coming from the living room or the bathroom. And it's difficult for me to say exactly who's been upstairs, noting everything that I've been saying. But what I did notice was on the Monday before I went to the hospital, on the Monday of the week that I went to the hospital, I remember there was pain dragging down. It's like it felt like I was being dragged down throughout my entire body. And I said out loud, because I knew the house was being bugged and I knew the house was being surveyed unlawfully. I said, why are you doing this to me? It's not like I'm setting you up. And the person from upstairs in the living room noted what I had said and they repeated it back to someone else. So I think that it was partially whoever was upstairs from me. Sorry, I think it was partially whoever was upstairs from me, and it was, I think what happens is that the torture was exercised against me from afar, and then what would happen was somebody close by to me would report back to the torturer exactly how I was responding to the torture. I think that's what's been going on for the longest time, right? So I think that's what happened on that Monday. But as for who's actually been moving in and out of the apartment upstairs from me, I don't actually know who it is, because one family moved out and then another family moved in, but that family that moved in has moved out again. Very suspicious to me, because nothing's really been going on here since the hospital. All that's been going on is that I've been doing reading, singing. That's all that's really been going on, unless they've been seeing the videos and they want to get the fuck out of Dodge, right? And the fact that they had that really loud conversation outside my window about switching apartments, red flag immediately, because why are you not doing it behind closed doors? So I think the people upstairs from me were definitely engaged in noise pollution and surveillance at the very least. Now, when it comes to the neighbours in the building next to me, not the apartment upstairs from me, but the building next to me, one of the neighbours from the building next to me introduced themselves to me, and I kind of got conflated between the family that were moving in upstairs from me and the people who were in the next building over. I got the two confused. I got the two families confused, right? Because it was actually the person who lived in the building next to me that was outside my window, asking me to throw the key over even though I couldn't walk. And they were basically saying, oh, she said, leave me alone. I didn't say that. That's A. B, that this person on Thursday, when I've met them for the first time, they were asking me, oh, what was going on there? I said, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? You were literally there when I was screaming at the top of my lungs saying, I'm in pain. I can't open the door. I can't get the key to you. I can't walk. I can't do anything. The relocation agent explained it to you because they were there. So how do you not know when I come in front of you what's going on? I just said, yeah, it's just my back. But I'm thinking, you know what's going on. You were there. I wouldn't be screaming at the top of my lungs, unable to walk and, doing all that for effect. You knew what was going on. You heard me. And whoever was upstairs at the time, they were mocking me and they were doing all kinds of different, mocking me and singing from upstairs. And the people, they were still doing it. And I'm guessing that's coming from your building because there were people who were still mocking me. Still mocking the pain that I was in. So you know what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on. Do you know what I mean? So, but the thing with that is that with me, I don't talk to the neighbours that much. This is the thing that people don't really know about me, is that I try not to talk to the neighbours too much. Ever since I moved out of my dad's house, I tried not to involve myself. I tried not to form relationships with these neighbours, but they're the ones who come to me. They're the ones who they're the ones who talk to me. There was only one exception to that, and that was years ago. Okay? Other than that, it's usually the neighbours coming to me, introducing themselves to me. Okay? I try to mind my business and stay out of the way, but they're always coming to me. Why? Because if I'm tortured electronically and it makes me act up, or it makes me start yelling, or it makes me start shouting, then somebody can easily turn around and say, oh, look, she's acting up. And if they've got a face to match, and the thing is, I'm a big black bald woman, so I'm pretty tough to miss, right? So if they can see what I look like, and I'm over here yelling and shit, and I'm over here shouting, then they can easily identify me when they need to call the police. And if they form a relationship with me, so much the better. Because then they can take whatever they know about me so far and they can try to twist it in a way to make it sound like I'm the one causing the issue. That's why I don't talk to the neighbours. That's why I don't talk to them if I can possibly help it. Unless I need help. And guess what? They're not there when I need help. They're only there when they want to use something against me. So, and yeah, we can talk about the helping that went on the day that I went to hospital. That was a fucking farce. Okay? But this is the thing. If neighbours are introducing themselves to me and they're trying to form a relationship with me and they know what I look like, that means if I start kicking off and they want to call the police on me, that means they've got something to use. That's why I'm like, if I don't know you and you're trying to call the police on me, go ahead and call them. I don't fucking know you. I've got deniability. I don't know you. And plus, I'm not about to try and harass somebody that I don't know. But if I know them, then it gives them more ammunition. It gives them more lineage. Not lineage. Leverage. It gives them more leverage. Yeah? So, it gives them leverage over me if they know what I look like and they know what I sound like and they know what's going on. So, yeah. And the thing is, now I know who's been saying, oh, she's saying that we're torturing her. I'm like, no, I haven't said that. All they have to do is look at the videos that I've been posting. I haven't said shit like that yet. I ain't said that people in this building have been electronically torturing me. What I've said is that I don't know who it is. Because it literally could be from anywhere. Remember, people are tortured electronically en masse. So it could be anybody. Do you know what I mean? And plus, I know people have been spying on me anyway. That's par for the course. They're spying on me all day today. I was too quiet for some people because I was supposed to kick off. I'm pretty sure some frequency weapons were used on me, but I think I was supposed to talk out loud or think out loud or something. Anything that was going to incriminate me. There was something that I was supposed to do. Anything that was going to incriminate me and play on my mental illness in order to draw up a negative record of me. That was supposed to have been done, right? But this is the thing, right? And this is the thing that I covered in one of the last attempts at this video, right? My thing is this. The likelihood is that the way things are going, I'm not going to stay here for longer than 6 months. Judging, no, not even judging by my own behavior, judging by the so-called professionals' behavior towards me, I'm not going to last here more than 6 months. And if I'm not going to last here more than 6 months, that means I'm not going to be able to afford the deposit it would take to move to another flat. Because Brighton and Hove Council, from my understanding, they only pay for the deposit for another flat after you've lived in one flat for about a year. So if I move out here at the end of the 6 months, if between now and 6 months, it's going to make absolutely no difference to me. And this is the thing, right? Between now and 6 months, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference. Between now and a year, that would make a difference. Because then I would have just missed the wire to be able to get assistance for another building to move into. So if I'm ejected out of here because somebody is calling the police on me or some shit, if I'm ejected out of here, then what do I lose? If the police decide to get mental health on my ass, what do I really lose? Nothing. Nothing. Because it would have amounted to the same difference anyway. So what am I losing? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So what am I losing? What am I losing by, people calling the police on me and saying I'm doing this, that, and the third? What am I losing? And this is the thing, I already know what these people have been doing from jump. The only time when I'll ever get a permanent residence, because of how this torture works, the only time when I'd even remotely get permanent residence somewhere is in a shitty neighborhood, and when I'm almost completely debilitated. That's the only time when I'd actually get somewhere. So I know how this works already. They're already trying to, because I'm healthy enough to walk and to get around, they're using that as ammunition to be able to move me from place to place, entrapping me out of each building so that they can form a picture of me being difficult, when really what they're doing is mobbing and torturing vulnerable people out of their homes so that they can enforce some fucking class segregated and racially segregated urban planning. That's what they're doing. Yeah. And I already told the people who are in charge of this place and in charge of all the apartments here, I already told them I know what your game is. I know what you're doing. Imagine this, right? I'm a vulnerable woman on benefits. Now, the rent I pay for this place is £800 a month, right? Roughly. So imagine this flat could be easily turned into 2 rooms. The location is, the location may be on a smaller scale, on a micro level isn't great, but on a macro level, this location is gorgeous. Okay? They can easily turn this 1-bedroom flat that I'm living in into 2 rooms in which they put students or working immigrants in, charge them through the nose, get a high turnover, and gradually increase the quality of the building until they're able to move on to working professionals. So, yeah, I know what these guys are doing. I've been subject to this, this type of mobbing tactic, this fucking gentrification mobbing tactic bullshit. I've been subjected to it for years, so I know how it works. And once again, the people who are in charge of this place, I let them know, listen, I've got your number. I know that as a vulnerable woman, what you're trying to do is wait for my traits to be used against me so that you can move me out. Look how long they're taking to put up the blinds. I moved in here on the 4th of May. It's almost July. It's the 26th of June right now as I'm recording this. It's almost July. I have to wait that long to get blinds. And I get that most likely they're trying to, get blinds en masse for they're waiting until they get 4 or 5 3 or 4 people moved in before they get the blinds. My thing is this, right? Why didn't you get the blinds in originally? My thing is, why didn't you get the blinds in originally? If you wanted to, that's why you get blinds in. That's why you get blinds in for empty properties. It's to prevent people from knowing who's moved in and out. That's why you get them. So my thing is this, why didn't you take care of that before people started moving in? And why is the only time when you actually put blinds up is so that you can move vulnerable people out? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That, you know, if they're putting blinds in now, it means they're trying to move me out. It means they have some confidence that they'll have me moved out. That's the only reason why they're putting the blinds in. I heard them talking a few days ago from upstairs. They're saying they're saying the owners are considering not refurbishing the property until she's moved out. And that's what I'm saying. I know how these people work. That's why I say it's a 6-month assured tenancy. It's a short hold tenancy. If I moved out here, you know, before the 6-month mark, if I get sectioned before the 6-month mark, it doesn't make a difference because it amounts to the same result. In fact, if I'm sectioned, or if anything happens to me like that, if I get destabilized or debilitated or whatever the fuck these perps like to say repeatedly, if I'm debilitated and all that type of shit, then that kind of guarantees me permanent housing, doesn't it? They're not going to move somebody who's debilitated from place to fucking place. They're not going to do that. What they want is for either for me to, to be hobbling around from place to place, or they want me to be like my mum, completely immobilized, unable to move from my lower half, so that I have to stay there. That's the only way they're going to find me permanent housing, like I said before, is if I'm completely debilitated from the waist down. That's the only time they're going to find me somewhere. If I can't go to the toilet on my own, if I can't do anything on my own, because that's the point. To rob you of your sovereignty, to rob you of your agency. It's only when you're robbed of your agency that they're going to seek to find you anywhere permanent. That's how these people work. That's how these people work. That's how these companies work. And when they get you debilitated enough to get you permanent housing, guess where they're going to move you to? A shitty neighborhood, crawling with people. I shouldn't use words like that, but it's going to be in a shitty neighborhood that is severely neglected due to the amount of poorer people living there. That's where they're going to move you to, into another ghetto. That's how it works. That's how it works. So with all this torture going on, trying to make me kick off and shit, I'm thinking, you're just doing this. Like, why am I going through all this pain if it's not even succeeding? It's not even succeeding. More and more money is being sunken into this electronic torture en masse and into this narcissistic abuse, and it's not even succeeding. It might not be failing, but it's not succeeding. It's not even working. So why are you continuing to do it? Why are people like me continuing to suffer? If it's not even shutting people up, if it's not getting you the results that you want, why are you still doing it? I tell you why, because the perps are stupid, the handlers are even more stupid, and that money is doing everybody's heavy lifting. The money is doing everybody's heavy lifting. This whole thing is basically about defense systems and psychiatry, right? That's what this whole thing boils down to. And the only thing they know is how to cause pain. They don't actually know how pain works. They only know that, it will shut people up for a short period of time. It will get people moved from one place to the other for a short period of time. So they're playing on people's line of least resistance in order to affect social engineering, in order to affect effective urban planning, effective gentrification, effective this, effective that. That's what they're doing. They're playing on your line of least resistance in order to get results. Only that isn't working. It's not working. People are wising up to it. It's not working. So why am I going through this if it's not even going to work? Why am I going through this shit if it's not even going to work? Why am I going through this shit just so that a bunch of stupid people can prove that it's not failing? I get hit in my head every day, and because the perps think that it will make me stupid. The perps think that if I have a slight speech impediment, that if it takes longer for me to react to shit, and that if I forget something, that it's the same as being dumb. It's not the same as being dumb. I had brain damage when I was 3, my guy. If it was going to make me dumber or less intelligent, it would have done. There are people with dementia who don't lose their intelligence once they have it. They might be, slightly, they might be unable to speak and unable to communicate for a short time, but put some music in front of them and they're very articulate, very lucid. So even dementia can't take away a person's intelligence once it's there. Why are you doing this? Why are they fucking doing this? It just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid and it's ridiculous. And by the way, shout out to William Binney and to Dr. Catherine Horton, who recently got married. William Binney is basically an NSA I think he's an NSA whistleblower or a CIA whistleblower, and he's been subject to a lot of electronic torture to the point where he's lost his legs. And Catherine Horton is a particle physicist. I think she's Hungarian. I think she's a Hungarian Germanic particle physicist. She's been subjected to TI torture as well. She's experienced an internet. She's experienced a lot with regards to her internet and regards to a court case that she tried to file against the people that were doing this to her, who have been revealed to be MI5. So it's like I said before, the US are not very smart, because if they were, they would have just kept quiet. Where the US is concerned, with them revealing the Havana effects, with the where intelligence service people or intelligence officers apparently have been subjected to the Havana effect and the brain damage that is caused by that. In revealing that, you've basically outed yourselves by saying, we're going to keep refunding the program, and then on top of that, we're going to try to distance ourselves by saying, it is being done, but it's being done by China. Like, the US might as well just put in big neon letters, yeah, we did it, and what the fuck are you going to do about it? Which is just going to piss people off. And for my mind, the USTRs are actually going to find a way around it, only with the UK. The UK are subtle with it, yeah? The UK are much more subtle with it. With regards to Catherine Horton, I think she wrote a letter to MI5, or wrote an email to MI5 saying that this was happening to her. They wrote back to her saying that this was some trivial shit to write to them about. That's what they said. They said it was trivial. They didn't even deny it. But the language they used was key. So, the UK, they say nothing about the electronic torture. They say nothing about the narcissistic abuse from community stalking or community watch. They say nothing about it, which is why they're much more effective down here. They don't say shit. And every time I get into a conversation with people from psychiatry or with people from the council, they always try to move the subject away from that. Because as stupid as the torturers are, there are certain things that the UK knows how to do. And one of the things that the UK knows how to do is shut up. Everything is acted out. Nothing is spoken about. Boris Johnson might have been talking about nanotechnology and nanoparticles and things like that, but he's such a bumbling idiot that the way he communicates it, nobody's going to listen to him. The UK know what they're doing. They play up their foibles. They play up their fucking, the things about them that might make them look stupid and incompetent, so that nobody sees what's going on behind the scenes. And the Conservatives are experts at that. They're experts at using sexual scandals and, even financial scandals to take away, the more serious and criminal activities that they get up to against the public in order to boost their pockets. They know how to distract people. They know what works. Sex, drugs, rock and roll from the ugliest people on the planet. They know what they're doing. The UK stays quiet. The UK stays quiet. That's what they do. Yeah. So, anyway, I gotta go. I hope the upload works this time. Do you like my new satin sheets? For mobility, it's actually really good. It's not just comfortable and luxurious. It's actually, good for mobility as well, because it allows me to just slide out of the bed rather than having to struggle against resistance and shit to get out. It's really nice. I'm going to get a pink version. So you guys take care of yourselves. Yeah, I ain't got long here, but you know what? I might as well make this place a home while I still got it. So I love you guys. You take care of yourselves. Bye now. Bye, everybody.